Jesse Munoz for Yakima MTG with me, Geoff Hamasaki.
What's up? It's the semis.
Semifinals of Gameday, Magic Origins. On the left, we got Mason playing the Blue-Red Scissors deck from that Channel Fireball, and I think was it Ultra Pro playing that as well?
I don't know. I think Ultra Pro played a few different decks, but
okay, so it was.
It
was
I definitely know like LSV was pretty vocal about.
Yeah. It was Channel Fireball and something First. What's the name of that team? First something?
I don't know.
I can't remember. They were playing the Blue-Red Scissors deck. On the right, we have another Brew. Bryce is playing a Temur Aggro deck. And this deck is actually pretty sweet as well. Fnatic, Xenagos, Goblin Rabble Master. It has that new card from Origins, the blue-green untap the flat with flash that taps or untaps something, I think.
The Crassus, right?
Yeah, so it's got that in there as well. You see Roast in his hand.
Knuckleblade?
I'm sure it's got it. I'm not sure if I haven't seen his deck list, but I'd have to imagine that Knuckleblade is in here. So there's the Fnatic Xenagos. I think Mason.
Gotta choose.
Read it first. So you can either put a +1/+1 counter on it, or you can give it, or it gets haste. And temporary +1/+1. It looks like he's just gonna give him the counter.
All right. So you got the slow Fnatic.
Yep. And so you see Hanger back, the scissors in his hand. There's maybe a Revoker.
Man, but it's comes out so fast sometimes.
Yeah.
If you would have had a turn one
Ornithopter
play, if you would have had a turn one play, you would have been able to attack for 5 last turn. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a really. I mean, I kind of understand when you keep that, but if you have, it looks like it kept a 1-lander, maybe a 2-lander with a tap land. Obviously, you drew the tap land, gets played that second. All right, in for 5 for Bryce, another Mystic. And passes the turn. Scissors was the draw.
Man, that card's so weird.
It was super weird.
When they showed it, during the previews for the spoilers for M15, I was like, "What is this?"
I know.
It's like,
all right, so he's gonna attach it to the Springleaf Drum, and I'm guessing coming in for 5 here.
I think you have to. Oh no,
passes the turn. I'm not sure why.
The problem is if it gets destroyed here.
Yeah, I feel like you have. I mean, there's a Roast in his hand, in Bryce's hand. I feel like you have to, with the Blue-Red Scissors deck, you have to be aggressive. You can't play defensive because your cards aren't defensive at all. I mean, even a 5/5 is fine, but
I don't know. I mean, he missed the third land.
All right, so
maybe he's just trying to buy some time to actually get going.
Yeah, I guess so. I just feel like there's too many ways for it to go wrong for you by blocking. All right, so there's Collected Company. You see Surok that can't be played. There's the Krasis and Goblin Rabble Master. That's a good Collected Company. So he's going to be able to attack here for 6 with the token from Rabble Master. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you didn't attack. I mean, I don't know how well he knew Bryce's deck, but.
Yeah. I don't know if it really would have mattered, though.
Yeah. Mason down to 3. But he's got a Shrapnel Blast. He's got another Insole artifact. He does need another land. But he attacked for 5 there on turn before. Embraces at a natural 16, so that would have put him down to 11. Attack again, put him to 6. Yeah, I guess it's not enough. He's just 1 short, but it prevents. I guess it would prevent Bryce from using his mana. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there's really much Mason can do missing his land drops, but I feel like you do have to get aggressive. The reason I say that is I don't think you win this way, right?
Right.
Like,
I just don't know that he's
right. Like, I'm not saying like that if by getting aggressive he wins the game, but by playing this defensive game, he's definitely not winning the game, right? Like,
yep, you're right.
Because you have a Roast in hand, all he has to do is roast the Springleaf Drum, and Mason's at 9, so you can attack with See, the Rebel Master would be 4. The Krasis is it a 2/2 or a 3/3?
3/3.
So he roasts the Hangerback Walker.
Okay.
I don't know about that one, but okay.
Got another play though.
All right, so there's another Krasis.
Tap the other one, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't really matter. I mean, it doesn't even have to. If you're going to do that, you don't even have to play the roast. Attack.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been better to roast the artifact and then
and then tap the Hangerback.
Tap the Hangerback.
Semantics though, because Bryce takes it down pretty quickly, convincingly. I don't know if Mason wins that game by being aggressive. He probably doesn't, but he's definitely not winning by playing defense.
And I mean, so if he would have hit him once, he would have been down to 11. I mean, that's almost in range of
Yeah, I mean, he had
to leave a blocker back,
right?
Get hit by 5 and then get another 5 from the shrapnel blast, and you're almost dead.
So if you attack for 5, and he had another insole, so I don't know, you got to play to your outs, and playing defensive was not your outs there. It looks like he's bringing Disdainful Strokes, which is strange because I think you saw Collected Company and then a bunch of 3-drops. So I'm not sure why you'd want to bring in Disdainful Stroke, and taking out the Whirler Rogues, I could see that's fine because they're probably a little bit too slow. I mean, Bryce's deck is pretty aggressive. The Disdainful Strokes, I'm not sure. I think he's bringing.
I mean, I feel like one of the big things with the Whirler Rogue is you can play it and then make one of your other guys unblockable that turn. It's nice to sneak in damage.
Sure. Yeah, I agree. I also bring in Seismic Rupture, which is good against Bryce's deck. Well, at least some of his deck. If you're playing Temur, you got to imagine that you're playing against, Knuckleblade is definitely something that you're playing against.
Right.
It'll take out like his Mana Dorks, his Rabble Masters. So yeah, I could see bringing in Seismic Rupture. I didn't see what Bryce brought in. This blue-red artifact deck though can just kill you before you even have a chance to do anything.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Hangerback is a huge part of that. I mean, and Soul Artifact was already there. I mean, there's so many key parts to this deck that were already there, but Whirler Rogue and Hangerback Walker just do some really gross things with those decks.
Yep. Yeah.
And so I actually played a mono blue in Soul deck for a couple weeks at FNM and did some work with it. And Soul is just a cool card. And it's seen some play in Modern Affinity as well. The problem with it, Modern is it just dies. So many different things.
Path.
Yeah.
Everybody has Path.
Yeah. There's just so much more removal. I mean, you put it on Ornithopter, you get Abrupt Decay or something,
Yeah.
So Mason will be on the play here against Bryce's Temur aggro deck. I like Bryce's deck. It's just a bunch of efficient creatures. The looks like the blue. Again, we're guessing the Savage Knuckleblade is in the deck, and then the Krasis. Yeah. Then everything else is just like a green-red deck, like the Fanatic of Xenagos, Sarkhan, the Con, not Sarkhan, excuse me, Surrak, the Dragon Hunter. Heir of the Wild is a card that's just been consistently good. A 2/2 with Death Touch. It, trades for pretty much everything. And so Bryce has got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 lands. All right, so a better start from Mason with the Ornithopter and the Springleaf Drum.
Yeah.
No second land still. There's a turn 1 Elvish Mystic from Bryce. Passes the turn. So there's the land. Soul. So he gets to just bring the beats now.
Yeah. 5 damage on turn 2.
Yeah. And he's got Stubborn Denial if
he
can hold that up.
It's got a Ghostfire Blade and something else.
The Disdainful
Stroke, yeah.
Alright, so
3 mana for Fanatic.
I thought Fanatic would see more play too. I mean, it's a good card.
There's a lot of just efficient cards, like like Knuckle Blade. There's a Mantis Rider. Crazy.
In like other standards, they would just destroy things. There's Savage Knuckleblade there. The problem here is
it's too late. He's dead.
Bryce has no way of really dealing with the Ornament.
He's got to kill that flyer.
Yeah. Just like that.
That was quick.
The Blue-Red Scissors deck shows you why summoning of the Channel Fireball face-to-face games. That's the team that they played with.
Oh, right.
Segrist, I think, is part of face-to-face, and he was the runner-up at Pro Tour.
Face-to-face is primarily the Canadian players, right?
Is it?
I think so.
I'm not sure who all is a part of face-to-face. Was the Blue-Red Scissors deck, what was your favorite deck to come out of Origins, the Pro Tour? Cunio's deck? That tutelage deck, man, is so cool.
Probably.
I'm not a Turbo Fog deck, but the fact that it's not really a Turbo Fog deck, I mean, it does kind of like what a Fog deck does.
It's funny because when you look at the deck, you're like, what is this? How can this win? But it does just enough to like disrupt them and stay alive until you can draw enough cards, basically.
Yeah.
And it does draw a ton of cards.
It has 4 creatures, and those are,
Jace.
Essentially planeswalkers, yeah.
Right.
And then it's the most effective way I've seen anybody ever play Treasure Cruise.
I mean, what's more scary than seeing double tutelage on their side? That's crazy, right?
Yeah. Double tutelage is nuts, because when they untap with double tutelage, you know that they're going off.
That's a Treasure Cruise away from half your deck is gone.
Yeah. It's a fun deck to play. I think tutelage was the coolest deck to come out of Pro Tour. The Rally deck kind of got a coming out party a week before the Pro Tour. I'm not sure if any of the other pros were on that deck pre Star City Open, but it took down that Star City Open the week before the Pro Tour, so people had a better understanding or a better idea of how that deck worked. I think the week before there was that 4-color or 5-color Rally deck that just
with
ran
the
Jace. It was cool. It just didn't do enough,
Just wasn't efficient enough. Wasn't streamlined. It would take maybe an extra turn to go off or something. Which is
playing the extra colors didn't help. And as cool as Jace is, it doesn't really fit that deck. I mean, you're playing blue just for Jace. Because you're not really flashing back any spells.
Yeah.
It's all creatures, So, I mean, you can mill a Rally and then flash it back, but it's I don't know.
It's still just kind of dirtling around. And
yeah. And then there was also that Turbo Fog deck that played tutelage, but also played Days Undoing. And that was weird.
That's really, that one had the actual fogs in it. That one had
that was an actual Turbo Fog deck.
And it had the Dictative Crew Fix where you both players draw an extra card too, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, I tried it. I've tried the tutelage deck with the Dictate, and I'm not a fan of the Dictate. Just too slow, I feel like.
Right. It doesn't speed up the clock enough that it's worth taking a turn off to play that.
Right. The guy that won the GP played Monastery Siege instead, and I feel like that's way better. Okay, so Bryce is on a mulligan to 5.
Yeah, looks like he's got a 1-lander.
So I see a land
with no green.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right, so Mason's looks like he's got 2 lands. Both play Shivan Reef past the turn. There is a second land, so he's able to get his green mana going here. That was a timely draw from Bryce.
It was. If you can get a creature down here.
Yeah, so you can play. I think Air of the Wilds is the 2-drop that he has in his hand.
Yeah.
Which is a fine 2-drop. And Mason's not going to be attacking next turn because he played 0 artifacts. Right. So he has a Hangerback Walker there in his hand.
Yep, which is fine. It's just not real aggressive.
Sure. So there is the Air. All right. Ornithopter was the draw. Love drawing Ornithopter when you got nothing to do with it. Hangerback for 1.
Yeah.
Rabble Master was the draw from Bryce.
Fine. It's not in trouble yet.
So Mason takes.
That's an early.
Yeah, I feel like you don't.
An early chump block.
Yeah, you could take. I feel like you could take 2 there, and then next turn, pump it and trade.
Yeah, because you can play another Hangerback for 1, and then block, pump it, trade with the Air, and then get 2 guys.
Yeah,
because right now he's just wasting that 1 mana he has left over to save the 2 damage he took.
Yep. All right.
Wow,
again, jumping for no real. I mean, there's no real reason. He's at 20 life. Bryce just hit his 3rd mana, and it's a tapped land.
I mean, you're really just saving 2 damage.
Yeah.
When you could be getting multiple Thopters.
If he didn't block the turn before, he could have blocked that turn.
Right.
And got 2. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit hasty with the double, or the chump block.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what's Bryce's 4th?
So Bryce he's drawn out of the no lands, which is good for him.
Yeah.
Caves looked like 3 straight lands.
Collected Company. And he only hits 1 creature, so Goblin Rabble Master.
Okay, so it's a Goblin. Still no Ferocious or whatever the...
Yeah. So basically, he attacks with both the Air and the Goblin, Chief of the Foundry, which Mason played last turn.
So looks like you're doing it in Soul Artifact.
Here come the beats.
Yep.
So in for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Attack with the Ornithopter? Oh, he's got the Chief, right?
Chief.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
what is he
another
name?
Hangerback.
Oh, no, it's a Hangerback. Oh, okay, I thought it was a Revoker.
I think Bryce is done here. I don't know.
He's got to block the flyer.
Yeah. So he's got a Crisis. Okay, so he can block.
So you can flash in the Crisis to tap the flyer.
Okay. So he's still going to take 3 from the other Thopter and the Ornithopter.
Right. The Hangerback comes in, gets blocked. Chief gets blocked.
I don't know what removal Bryce runs, but I don't. Roast can't get rid of the Thopter.
Right, and get rid of the Chief though, and shrink all his other guys down.
Sure, but that Thopter's the real culprit here. I mean, Disperse is a card should be, if you're playing blue, should be in your sideboard right now.
Yeah, so he's not dead, but he's
he's
close.
Dead. Yeah, he's not dead, but he's dead.
All right, so here comes the Crisis.
So this is Seismic Rupture. You just fire that off, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So he goes to attacks instead. Crisis comes down.
Attack for 3, 4, 5.
So puts the Crisis in front.
So 2 more Thopters coming out. Oh no, one Thopter coming out.
I think if he had just Seismic Ruptured pre-combat, the game would have been over.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Game's over regardless.
Yeah, 5/5 Flyer's pretty good.
Yep.